Good morning. Welcome to Going In. Sane with Temper Shemaine. That's me. It is, I promise. I was thinking you should introduce yourself as Tracy J, TJ also. But, well, the story behind that is in previous videos. You can pop back. Okay, I'll explain a little bit. Okay, so through my life, I've changed and altered from Tracy to TJ, which was kind of an angry version in my 20s, and Tracy J was a culmination, of both, because I kind of brought it in, I brought in my alter ego, my ego, myself, and kind of just made, a happy balance in that. And I aspire to change my name legally and let somebody walk by. Legally to Temperance Jermaine, because Temperance and the Tarot deck, which we're going to use today, they plopped down a new way to play cards with them today, and to introduce the Tarot. So we'll get to that in a second. So Temperance is she represents Sagittarius in the Tarot deck. And it means, perfect balance, unless it's reversed, and then it's a complete shit fest. It's just like, it's hell on wheels and out of balance in every aspect of what balance means. And with the Sagittarius, that can be very dangerous. I've met Sagittarians not of the light, and I married one. Trust me, you need to, if you know a Sagittarius or thinking about dating a Sagittarius, you need to make sure that they are using their powers for good and not evil, or service to self only, and because they're very good at it. I know at least 3. So that being said, Temperance, and then Jermaine is my middle name. And, right now it begins with a J. It's a family name. And when I was a kid, I was like, Mom, why did you name me after Jermaine Jackson? Jackson 5, because that's all it was. So I just was always ashamed of my name, but I liked my name. But I used to pretend that I would write it with a G. And I never understood why. Well, now I know why. And it's because Saint Germain and the violet flame, okay? And he's very powerful. And I embrace everything about him. The purple flame can burn up karma from, just whatever. It can, if you imagine it engulfing you, or you and somebody else together, it can burn up and transmute, which is a better word, transmute the energy between you, and burn off the karma. The bad blood, the axe, if you will. Probably they're like pointing out, you don't do that as much as you should. Oh, okay. I thought I did, but apparently they would like me to do more of that. So, okay, I will. But there it is for y'all to do as well. It's a good time to, and you can Google him using Google as a verb, not necessarily a search engine. Okay, so there you have it. And he begins his with the G. Okay, so I haven't done the numerology on that yet, but a balanced, and actually Saint Germain, his energy, okay, is going to take a lead position going into the Aquarian age, because, and right now, he's part of the Starfleet commander, I can never remember what they call themselves, and that's okay. They're like, it doesn't matter, because, it's like, is it really? Anyway, you know what I mean? Them up there in the spaceships, because they're there. You can believe me or not. You can call me cray or not. It doesn't matter to me. Okay. But, Michelangelo and his fleet, and Sananda And his, multitudes of battalions that are up there protecting us from any new invaders of the reptilian nature, the dark enslavers that have been here for up until we decided that we'd had enough, and enough of us, which are placed here for this purpose, in fact, cried out and said, we don't comply. No more. Do y'all see? Do y'all see? Do y'all see? By the way, Kaijen, or Kijen, she calls her. It's Kijenn. She does media observation and analysis or something like that. But she goes in and she looks at celebrities. She's like in on that, and she goes and she looks at recent events like the Emmys or the Grammys or the Oscars, whatever. Or she has this gift to great, we got throat chakra issues again. Okay. Or maybe it's just my allergies. It could be. Anyway, she does analysis of photo shoots and what they're wearing. And the one I put on my Facebook ministry, which is listed down below, this morning, oh my gosh. I mean, and if you go backwards in time and look at her stuff, it's jaw-dropping. It's mind-blowing, okay? I mean, and it's like, it's right in front of us. All the symbology and all of the flag waving, like they're letting each other know stuff. I mean, and they're like, and it's also evil. It's really evil. And I don't comply. So you guys should actually, if you haven't been exposed to that kind of stuff, go ahead and expose yourself. Because that's part of the pterodactyl-sized crow we're fixing to start being dished out as a global citizenry, okay? And we have to be ahead of the game so we can help those that are going to be less grounded, less prepared spiritually to handle it. If we're having a hard time swallowing it and digesting it and being in the balanced position on it, the temperance, okay, position on it, we're not going to be able to help those that are going to freak the F out in denial. That's where people are going to start exiting before they're necessarily supposed to or need to. That's why we're waiting for so many more souls still to enlighten up, to grab hold of the, or let go of the merry-go-round, handle and get off the merry-go-round, for real. Okay. So, that being said, good morning. It's Friday morning. I was like, dang, it's Friday already. What the heck? Okay. So, what we're going to do as instructed, and I'm nothing if not obedient to my love team, is we're going to draw as they lead me to, from the Gilded Tarot and possibly even the Good Tarot. Okay. And I'm going to ask a specific question, and they want me to ask for them to address. Oh, and I also have all my oracle cards out because I was going to do a normal, and they're like, well, why don't you just try this? So they want me to ask if they have any messages to give us through the tarot for the first week in October. I'm like, okay, I'm down. Whatever floats your boats or your starships, whatever. David Wilcock, if you've been watching him, he's like, come on with the disclosure already. We know there's aliens, so why don't you just tell us already? Because it's like the tipping point on all these things. It's like, right there, and it just stays there, kind of like those stupid machines where you put the quarter in and then it almost pushes that $10 wrapped up bills or whatever, and never quite pushes it off, right? Or you know, the stuffed animal ones. It's like, just stay on the dang thing. Get down in this hole and come to me right now. And we're all frustrated, and we all, all of us want, we're waiting for different aspects of disclosure to happen. And it just feels like once the first domino falls, it's all going to fall. But I mean, we need to just, I mean, the way it's going to happen faster and easier is if we relax and trust divine timing. I mean, if we can't relent control and we believe, why should anybody else? And if we're not full-on believers yet, then maybe we should, but we're watching this, or we know people, maybe we should, open our minds, go to Rumble or whatever. See, I don't use those. I stay here with the less enlightened folk or whatever on YouTube and Facebook. And I don't do Rumble or BitChute or anything like that. I feel my niches here. I just do. An echo chamber is not what I'm about. I want the ones the ones that know I'm here for sure. But, if there's anybody that's going to stumble upon me that needs to know this stuff, and they're only on Facebook and YouTube, then so be it. My Facebook ministry has been there for over a year now, and I went from 35 to 5,000 friends in a week and a half. And that's when I knew it was a ministry. So it is what it is. All right. Let's call in gang, gang. Gang, gang. Oh, gang, gang. OCG. Come do this with me because it's your bright idea. Okay. Sananda. Okay. Magdalene, yes. Joan. Okay. Your IELTS is over here. Chief White Eagle. Yep. Raziel. Yeah. Okay. Metatron. Michaelangel. Okay. Better be here. All right. Sass Michaelangel. Okay. So, gang, what do you want us to know through the tarot and the other cards that come after or come to follow? What do you want us, me and the souls watching, to know for the first week in October? What to expect, or what we need to embrace, individually or collectively? So that's too many aspects. Okay, so we'll just break it down. Okay, I got to get more pointed. Okay, let's start with collective. What do we collectively need to know for the first week of October? What do we need to know for the first week of October as we welcome in Red October as it's been deemed? And I'm really curious as to the why. Okay, so how do we want to do this? First one out. It's the Page of Cups. Okay, so the Page of Cups. I mean, he's not a knight, and he's not a prince, and he's not a king. He's young. It's a young, and that's emotion. So it's going to be collectively. We're going to start needing to face our emotions dealing with our emotions at, at the base level, at the beginning level, and see how he's looking off into the horizon. As we look forward, we need to start preparing ourselves to be able to see the light in the cup, in that chalice. I mean, that's like the light of the world, right? The Christ consciousness, even, and the emotion. Get our feet firmly planted on the ground. Knowing we're close to the gates of heaven, the cosmos, the universe is visible, and we have a good anchoring into the earth. Okay, but we still have the universe there. I mean, we're not ignoring anything. There's much life. And well-paved paths. It's cobblestone, and it's not going anywhere. We're in good foundation, and we just need to look towards the future and be ready, be at the ready, because that's what pages are. They stay ready in the court and await for their instruction. Well, there you have it. Okay. This is something else. The Ten of Wands. Okay. That's a lot of burden. Looks like we're going towards the full moon. That will be coming up. We just left the Pisces moon, so the full moon. So that won't be, that's not the one. Oh yeah, but, well, maybe it is. Okay. So the heavy burdens from the Pisces moon. I get that. Oh, over here. From the Pisces moon, which we're walking away from towards the next full moon, okay? But we have 10 wands, and it's heavy burden. Oh, and there's the stag. Okay, the stag is represented of, I mean, it's a highly spiritual representation of the divine masculine, okay, is the stag. And there's 2 of them. So they're coming together. I mean, they're the collective, the masculine collective is starting to show themselves, which is good news for the world, for Gaia. Not to mention the feminines, because, I mean, this has been a long, burdensome road for the twin flames. And anyway, the 10, okay, that means, it means the completion, because you don't go more than 10. So we're at the completion of the heavy burdens as we walk away from the Pisces moon. And that's good news for the whole collective of all the starseeds, all of the light workers, and the twin flames as well. Not to mention Gaia herself, because we've been heavy burdened to collectively bring us to where we're coming to. And oh my gosh, it's been quite the journey. And I ain't complaining. I mean, it's not for the faint of heart, but I don't have a faint heart. One more. Oh, good one. Okay. And we're walking into the happiest, brightest, most positive, energetically speaking card of the whole deck. It's the Sun. And that's amazing. Yes. Okay, so that's what we need to know for the first week in October. Just keep our eyes on the prize know that the burdens are going to be able to be laid down soon, because we're walking away from the Pisces moon, but we're walking. Look at it. Soon, we're this is over. I mean, this is over, and this is the first week I'm asking about. And just hold that sun in that cup, that energetic. I mean, that's a cup of love, okay? He's just waiting for his orders. Wait, looking around, just, feet on the ground, at the steady, at the ready. There's Gaia all over there, the universe behind. That's gorgeous. All right. Okay, my foot's going to sleep. Is there anything else? Want me to get a creator card? Well, that's good news. That's really good news. I'm excited. They keep telling me, just hang in there. Hang in there. Don't start backtracking now, Trace. Don't let go of the rope now. Not now. That's why it keeps coming to me. Darkest before the dawn. What's your honest truth? And what's the truth? What's your honest truth? I mean, we need to really be grounded, standing on firm foundation of what our honest truth is. Can we read it? I mean, this hasn't all been for naught. I mean, on the world stage, on our personal platforms, or but whether that's on here or in our lives, respectively speaking, our interactions with other people and whatnot, like my great outdoors. So, what's your honest truth? Essential meanings: total authenticity and transparency, a glorious unveiling of spirit. Clear and compelling communication that comes from the heart, finding the key to abundance by finding what is true and right for your soul. Self-care message: a need to peel back the many layers of your own truth. Excuse me. Holding on to masks for protection. I'm over masks, literally and figuratively. I'm over it. I'm over it. Anyway, I can't believe that's in there again after last night, right? Protection, a true dive into your own heart with love and compassion, a need to pay closer attention to the shadow aspect of your story, areas where you may be denying your truest desires and your true essence. We hold on to many layers of truths we learn from our parents, the ones we learned during lived experiences, and the ones that our ego holds on to in order to lovingly protect us from the world. You've outgrown a layer, and it's time to do some shedding in order to curate the best framework for your future. At the base of all your learned truths lies a different sort of true, an underlying true essence. And this core foundation is refusing to be quieted or ignored any longer. You will hear it clearly now, as an old truth has become too small for your expanding life. Amen. Perhaps a soul purpose, a sacred contract, or a destiny is unveiling your truest true and your honest truth. Perhaps it's reminding you now that you are here for a reason. When you strip it all down to the soul, what work are you being called to do, and why are you here at this time? Do you believe soul purposes can change and evolve over time? What were you doing the last time you felt insecure or inauthentic? And what did you do or think to create that situation? How do you feel when you are most authentically you? Amen. Is there a negative belief about yourself or about your abilities that is holding you back? a story about circumstance. How can you tap into the infinite future of your soul and shift your thinking on this? Okay. They want a good, the good tarot. That's it. Well, this was all between my legs, all flipped over all by itself, so we'll just show it. That's the divine masculine, the emperor, the culmination of all the kings, all the experiences, from the fool to here. That's the story of the tarot for the masculine, okay? And very interesting. We're just going to roll with that, okay? I'm going to read it. Because good tarot is different than most tarot. I love this deck. But I read them because all the time, whenever I use it. Because it's the good tarot. Emperor, authority. Following the rules right now is exactly what I should be doing. People in authority come to my aid and give me good advice when I ask for it. I can have the strong confidence that this card suggests. Dealings with institutions like banks, governments, or schools are also highlighted at this time. I didn't expect that. Following the rules. What rules? I'm not sure there are rules, but maybe it's just because my perspective is lawless. No, there's no rules for me. In my opinion, and in my take of this card, is that this is the guy that makes the rules. It's the lion. It's the Lion of Judah. He is the law. He is the law. He's the word. I mean, that's what. Okay, so I don't talk much about twin flames on here. There was a reason for that, but it's not that I don't want to. It was for a different reason, and I believe that time has passed. Twin flames, that emperor and the empress, okay, they don't come together in a union. That's not what it's about. They come together under Judah, under Christ. First, they come into union, the masculine and feminine within themselves. And then that whole self comes into union with Christ. When the counterpart does the same thing, together and then Christ, then they become a union under Christ. It's a trine. It's a divine trine. It's a trinity. And that's the fulfillment of the twin flame. And it will bring, when the twin flames come into union, it will raise the frequency and vibration of this planet that will then reinforce the protective shield from the negative reptilian type energies to be able to re-enter ever again. And then the Starfleet Command can go help another planet. They won't have to stay on guard all the time. And it's pretty huge. It's a pretty huge thing. Not everybody's a twin. Everybody needs to come in balance with their masculine and feminine. So you can be a twin. The twin can be just within yourself. But actual twin flames are the same soul split. and lifetimes of adventures together, even before Gaia. So there you go. And in case you didn't know, now you do. I don't take this lightly, and I don't fall into the commercial trappings of it. I've been misled too, but my discernment and intuition are quite high and tuned from my life walk and my life path and purpose. So I speak with authority and confidence of when I say something, I'm really sure about what I'm saying. Okay, I'm an educated person. No matter what it is I'm speaking on, if I'm speaking from an authoritative position, and because this could represent me, the masculine in me. Okay, of course it could just be that my authority is Judah. I mean, my beloved is Jesus, first and foremost. And I've been his bitch. I have been his bride for a long time. I came into a union with Christ as I was taking off with my children away from my circumstances, and into the palm of God's hand, and carried through the world with all the promises that were told to me and to me through my children, through my daughters specifically, and all of them came true. So I know who I am. Not everybody knows who I am. I know my experiences with the higher realms, and I know not only my potential, but a lot of my actual destiny and destination, and that I just need to have faith. They've never let me down, so they want me just right now, just as much as ever, if not more, because my faith feeds the masses. The more dire straits I feel in my personal life or whatever, in world circumstances, and I release in faith, that release of faith through those trials feeds the energy grid for the masses. I'm working hard. I work really hard. Faith is not for the weak of heart. And believe me, I don't have a weak heart. I don't. See? Can't keep me down. I know who I am. Do you know who I am? Do you know who you are? Well, you better start figuring it out. I have some faith. And feed the grid for the masses. Okay. Well, that's what I'm going to say today. That was fun. Maybe I'll come back and do one later if they ask me to. Thanks for hanging out with me. I mean it. I love you. Keep coming back. It works if you work it. Okay, y'all. Peace and out.